Hey everyone, and welcome to Make Beliefs Comic. This is a website that I chose to review. And in my review in my blog, I did mention that this is a really robust website. So I encourage you to check out a lot of the other options and resources that Bill Zimmerman, the creator of the website, has here for you. It's easy to overlook all this other stuff up here at the top because of the ability to create comics. So again, I encourage you to check out a lot of the resources that he provides. Looking at my final product, here you can see the different panels of the comic that I created. Right now I have 5 panels. You can have as few as 1 and I believe as many as 9. The name of my comic is called No Days Wasted, and you'll see why in just a moment. And I can add the author as a student as well. Everything that is in these panels is created from this kind of bank of things that you can insert into each panel. So this is one particular character. Here's another one. The dialogue box is something that I inserted, and the background is even something that I chose as well. And here along the bottom you can kind of see all of the different categories that you can choose from. It's pretty easy to add and take things away. Once I have things in the panel that I want, I have this menu down here to move things around as I choose, or change the scale to make them larger or smaller to fit into the panel the way that I want them to, and even flip them so they're back and forth, or get rid of them altogether. So as I go through my comic, I'll actually add one more slide so you can kind of see how it works. It's a little bit tricky to get used to all of the parts of the menu down here, but with a little bit of practice you can get the hang of it. So here I have my little girl wants to go outside. Of course the mom is protesting. Using the scale tool I was able to kind of zoom into this scene a little bit, and taking my inspiration from Calvin and Hobbes. I have a very intellectual child having a debate with a parent. So the child wants to go outside to play, of course, and the mother refuses because it's pouring outside. Here you can see I added some of the words from the onomatopoeia category. And then the student's explanation is that this is preposterous. What an incredible chance to explore the effects of unchecked runoff on the local watershed. To the mother's response, thinking to herself, no more science books, and exclaiming to be back by dinner. So I'm going to add one more slide to that. I'm going to go to the add button. Here I have my blank slide. I'm going to start off with my background, and here you can see there's a lot of different options. I chose to do all black and white, but you can do a more colorful option. So I'm going to make the rain. I'm going to change the scale, so we're zoomed in a little bit. I'm going to move it up. Then I'm going to go choose and insert that little toddler. And even with all these different characters, they have a kind of a host of different poses that you can choose from to try to mix it up a little bit. I'll change the scale a little bit here too. And there's a couple other objects that you could add. So if I go into the objects, since the little toddler is going out to study the watershed, I'll put a pencil in as well. And a notebook for the stuffed animal. That's too big, so I'm going to go into scale, bring it down a little bit to move, and I'll put it in the bunny's hand. So there's my final product. It's a quick comic. With this, with creating comics, and Bill Zimmerman goes into this in some of his explanations, but it's a really cross-curricular sort of a thing. So if there's a concept in social studies or science or even math that you learned, you can have students create a comic to express what they learned, or explain, or even ask more questions about it. So there you go. There's my final product. If I wanted to save it, I created an account which is free, which means that I can save it online. But it kind of puts it into its panels. I can save it online, and we're good to go. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you take the opportunity to to check out a lot of the other resources that are up here and to have your students start to write and create comics.